This episode is sponsored by the Breakthrough to Excellence Network Legacy Scale Up Program, which is a 101 consulting program that will provide you accountability, strategy, and customization for your unique business needs. We all desire to scale our business without the overwhelm. Let's face it, we don't want to scale our businesses anymore in a chaotic environment. This program is tailor made so you never feel like you're ever falling behind again. To find out more on how to work with us, go to www.jasminehaley.com. Welcome to the Breakthrough to Excellence podcast. I'm Jasmine Haley, healthcare provider turned educator, entrepreneur, and startup strategist. Not too long ago, I was burnt out, overwhelmed, depressed, and full of fear from a toxic work environment. I created my business out of necessity to create a legacy I can be proud of today. It helps me transform the lives of women every single day to pursue their dreams and entrepreneurial goals. I created this podcast to share the empowering stories of entrepreneurial women, help you break through self-doubt to your greatness, and share business strategies to help you create a thriving and profitable business. If you're an emerging entrepreneur or business owner that wants to create the mindset needed to escape burnout, reclaim your personal power, and pursue your entrepreneurial dreams, this podcast is for you. Stay tuned and listen in. Welcome to another episode of the Breakthrough to Excellence podcast. Y'all, this is a good one. This is one that you need to keep on repeat, okay? Because I have seen even myself fall prey to this, and I have seen my clients who often come in and work in my program dealing with the same thing, not trusting themselves, not being intuitive, and really following gurus and whoever else that's out there, whatever it is that they say, and they wind up feeling unfulfilled and unhappy. So, this is a valuable lesson no matter what stage you are in your business. This is imperative for you to check in with, because we are meant not to follow a cookie cutter approach, but we are meant to follow what's meant for us and what's aligned with who we are as a person. So I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on this training about being an intuitive entrepreneur. Know that this is something that will be constantly kind of drifted in and out throughout the seasons that I'll have Breakthrough to Excellence, because this is a critical part for you to establish your business legacy, is to be extremely clear on who it is that you are, what it is that you want, but most importantly, how do you want to show up in your business? How do you want to serve your clients and your customers and to be there for your family? All of that is a part of who you are. But a lot of times we're so busy that we can't hear that inner voice. We'll hear the inner critic. We certainly won't hear the inner voice. All right. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this. And I thank you so much for honoring me with your time and listening to my podcast today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your host, Jasmine Haley. And our topic for today is all about intuition. I want to talk about this subject again because I have met so many people along my own entrepreneurial journey, and even in my own personal journey, have found when I've lost my intuition, when I've lost that self awareness and that ability to be calm enough to listen to that inner voice, my biz was suffering. And I think it's important to continue to talk about this subject, because what I have found, and I was just talking about this yesterday with another biz friend, is that there are so many individuals who are being swayed about like the wind based on trends and based on popularity and not based on what's best for them. So, this discussion today is really posing the question to you: are you an intuitive entrepreneur? An intuitive entrepreneur is aligned. They're aligned with what makes them who they are. They are aligned with what is most valuable to them. An intuitive entrepreneur is aligned. And when we are not aligned, what we find is we are repeatedly dealing with overworked, burnt out, unfulfilled, and unhappy entrepreneurs. And why is that? Because we aren't firmly grounded and rooted in exactly who we are and what it is that we want. So, the discussion today is going to be a call to action, not for you to go on my platform and look at my latest podcasts or to follow a blog and take a cookie cutter approach to building your business. No, the call to action for you is to listen to the tips I'm going to share for you today and then make the necessary adjustments so that you can hear your inner voice so that you are able to see your business prosper. Now, listen, I'm a business growth strategist. I look at metrics. I have to look at metrics. I have to look at what is driving my business so that I am able to make strategic decisions on what is best suited for my business growth. But business is so much more than statistics and analytics. There is intuition involved, and it's one of the most powerful tools that we tend to ignore as entrepreneurs. Case in point, when I started my business 5 years ago, doing something completely different what I'm doing now. But when I first started, y'all, I didn't know a thing. Okay. I was a hot mess, but some way, somehow I made it through. I made it through because of intuition. Faith is also a huge part of my life as well. So when you're running your own business, there needs to be a measure of trust. Okay. Not in something bigger than you. Okay. That is very important. But there is also a measure of trust that needs to be within your own self to both hear and be willing to listen, because there are going to be many decisions that you're going to have to make in your own business where you're going to have to be decisive and you're going to have to avoid getting stuck by limiting beliefs or any form of self-doubt, because it doesn't matter where you are in your business, whether you are reaching your first six figures or you're heading down the road of multiple six figures or hitting your first seven-figure mark. There's mind trash that will come along your journey. And self-leadership is going to help you stay empowered as a CEO. But the problem is that we're our own worst critic. Am I right? Or am I right? Okay. And we've got that inner voice that comes in and it starts playing a horrible, horrible trick on our own mindset, right? And it keeps showing up over and over and over again. And it reminds us of our mistakes. It reminds us of how we're not serving at a perfect or in a perfect way, at a perfect place in our life or in a perfect way. Does that sound familiar to you? So, if you want to start succeeding and scaling your business and building your legacy, you are going to have to overcome the toxicity externally as well as the toxicity within your own self. And you're going to have to learn to trust yourself. Our entrepreneurial journey is different from every other person on the planet. Say what? Yep. That coaching program that you're in, your journey is going to be different from that coach that's serving you. Yes, we have our own unique journey, which is why it's so important that even though as you're learning business acumen and principles and different strategies that can help you along the way with growing your business, it still needs to be in alignment with who you are and no one else. Have you ever taken advice from someone and you were like, man, this advice was terrible, absolutely terrible for me? You felt it in your gut. You felt sick. Nothing felt right. This is beyond just the comfort zone or the upper limit as described by Gay Hendricks. Or is it Guy Hendricks? I don't know. It's beyond that. It's when it ain't right. It's not meant for you, right? So forget about what the next business guru is doing. Forget about their perfectly curated feeds and how they're showing you how they're popping on and this vacation and that vacation and this new buy and that new buy. You know what they were doing, which is what you may not be doing right now? They decided to stay focused, stay in alignment with who they are, and build their business and not get distracted by what everybody else was saying. So they have this place now where they can get those nice things and do those wonderful things that they're sharing on social. But they didn't get there without being focused and putting in the work. So don't allow that to be a distraction for you. And don't allow any biz guru to tell you you must do it this way or it's not going to work. Okay? Because there are people who build businesses and they scale them and it's one to many. There are people that build businesses that grow and it's one to one. There are people that have e-commerce businesses. There are people out there who are service providers. There are so many different ways, shapes, and forms you can build a business. There's no cookie cutter approach at all. So these are the three things that I want you to focus on. This is what I encourage you to do. I want you to take action on your decisions, and especially the ones that you've been holding off on. I need you to pull that trigger, listen to your inner voice, be calm enough to feel your body through that process, but trust your gut and don't overthink it. Some of you are holding on to courses and books that you have not completed yet. I am imploring you, take action today. The second thing I want to encourage you to do is to take daily time to calm your mind. You're going to have to turn off that social media. You're going to have to look at ways to keep focused so that you can stay in alignment with who you are. A few minutes a day of any form of mindfulness, meditation, or breathing awareness can get you to a state of clarity, but you have to be centered, you have to be quiet, and you have to be willing to hear that inner directive. And then finally, keep in mind that mistakes or challenges that you face are a part of the process. So it's important for you to make decisions based on your knowledge and intuition. And if it's a mistake, right? If there's an error or a challenge that you face, understand it's a learning experience and move on. It should not be a reason for you to say, I can no longer trust myself or destroy your self trust. Now, if you find within the pattern of your decisions, the decisions that you're making are leading to toxic environments or toxic situations, then that's a pattern that you need to realize and see, wait a minute, what of my decisions or what has happened in my past or what has been going on in my life that's leading me down this toxic road? It's still a pattern of self-awareness and accountability and understanding that you can still heal from that and develop a level of self-trust. So my call to action for you is to cultivate that trust. Understand that your circumstances are never based on your present situation. There are abundant, my friends, possibilities for you. And I want you to remember that you are worthy of everything that you envision in your future. So be your own guide and know that whether you join my Legacy Scaler program or you join another program, you are taking tools and tips from individuals, but you still have to run that through. How does this make you feel? Is this in alignment with how you want to show up in the world today? Is this in alignment with your core values and what's important to you? And when you do so, you will see your business prosper. Thank you so much for listening to my message today. And always know that I am always here for you. If you ever want to take a deeper dive into the work that I do to help you get to a place from feeling overworked and underpaid, I am here. Feel free to DM me on IG, Facebook, any social platforms. And always remember that as you are scaling your business, you are establishing your legacy. Bye bye. Thanks for tuning into the show. Dive in deeper by visiting the show notes for this episode or listening to more episodes on JasmineHaley.com. If you found value in the show, share with a friend or leave us a review. I'll see you next time.